But you have to wear that for accountability reasons. That's why I'm entitled to have that, because you're dealing with a member of the public in a stop and account situation. Accountability, you have to identify yourself for that exact reason, which he doesn't seem to understand. And sorry, we got interrupted. Would you like the opportunity to identify?
498 PC Biffin.
Sorry,
PC Biffin.
And your collar number, please?
4988.
4988. There you go. Thank you.
One officer's attitude turned a routine police encounter into a lesson on accountability. Watch closely, you'll see why professionalism matters. Welcome back to Audit Lens. Today we're examining a police interaction that raises serious questions about officer conduct, identification, body-worn camera procedures, and public accountability. Let's break down exactly what happened.
There's nothing down here saying it's a restricted area.
What do you want?
I was taking some pictures and stuff. I'm making a little video of the area. Local force. That sort of stuff.
Purpose?
Pardon?
For what purpose?
Public interest.
To go where?
Pardon?
To go where?
Well, for public.
You're quite clearly filming us at the moment.
Yes, yeah. I film any interaction. Have you two police officers, are you?
Yes.
Have you got your warrant cards with you there, since you're not in uniform?
Why do I need to...
Pardon?
I'm walking out of a police building, aren't I? So...
Yeah, but you're obviously doing a stop and account with me, so I'd like... Well, you are. You're asking what I'm doing, which is, by definition, a stop and account. You're asking what I'm doing in an area. That's a stop and account. So if you're engaging in a policing activity, I'd like to know your warrant card, otherwise I'm just going to disengage from you and carry on with my business.
Okay.
All right then. All right, refusal to identify. So I'm just going to get your picture so I can report you to your chief constable.
Okay.
Cool. Bye-bye.
Hey mate, you alright?
Not bad, how are you?
How's it going? What are you up to?
Just, as you see, just taking some pictures of your cars and out there.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Yeah. And you are, sorry?
Police officer.
And your collar number?
Are you an auditor, are you? Or you...
And your collar number, please?
I have to give you my collar number. My identification is on my shoulder there.
And then if I can't read, it's not your policy to identify for members of the public?
I don't need to.
No, it's not identified.
An officer's duty doesn't end with displaying a badge or shoulder number. When a member of the public requests identification, it should be given clearly and professionally. If an identification number cannot easily be seen, simply pointing toward it isn't enough. Transparency builds trust, and clear verbal identification is a basic expectation of modern policing.
Are you here to just cause issues, or are you here to have a
No,
chat?
I'm just here to take pictures and that's all. As I said, I've just noticed as I was walking down to take pictures, your colleague's window was open, I could see the screen, made them aware of it.
Okay, have they sorted that?
Yeah, they closed the window,
Okay.
fine. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Cool. Okay, I'm sure we're not here to cause you a problem. I'm sure you're not here to cause a problem. We're just,
You know, your colleagues not in uniform refuse to identify while engaging in a policing activity. Not fantastic, is it? It's against policy. You are required to identify. You're engaging in a stop and account. You are required to identify. Because if I have any complaints, how am I supposed to make that complaint if you haven't kept yourself to the accountability standards that the force requires? So, you know, again, you refuse to identify properly because, again, you don't know that I can read, so you're refusing to identify properly. Yes, you're in uniform, but again, if I want to make a complaint against you,
you can give the time and date and where the location where you are. My body cam's recording, so
is it?
It can all be.
How come it's taken you this long to let me know that your body cam's recording?
I'm talking.
And is the policy not to, at the first most practical opportunity to allow
that? Was the most practical time to inform
was it?
you.
So because you come in and gone hands-on with me?
I haven't gone hands-on.
Exactly. So why is not the first thing that you say good afternoon or morning?
What you're doing, because that's the first question I asked you, and then we've had a conversation, and now I've told you.
Yeah. But the first most practical opportunity is to say, good. By the way, you are being recorded.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could be covertly recording me under the Regulations of Investigatory Powers Act, couldn't you?
But that's not happening, so don't worry about that.
It could, because it took you X amount of time to alert me when there was plenty. The only situation where it's not practicable at the first opportunity is if you're going into a hands-on situation.
Is it?
Any other time, there's no reason, and this has been dealt with in the tribunal by the tribunal that deals with the Reaper Act, that the first most practical opportunity is when you approach somebody. If you have your camera on or you turn it on, if you approach with your camera on, you should alert them when you approach, unless you're going hands-on. If you turn it on whilst engaging in a conversation, you should turn it on, and then once it's recording, so it's stated on the camera, by the way, you are being recorded for my safety and your safety, blah, blah, blah. You have the right to do it, same way that I have the right to do it. It's not a problem, it's the notification that's the problem.
Okay.
You know.
But I've notified you at a time that I think is practical, so I've done that, so it's fine.
Okay, you can justify that to a tribunal, it's fine, no worries.
So what are you
so you're going to try to identify yourself properly yet?
No, I'm happy.
You're happy, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you like to identify yourself, or would you like a complaint as well, sir?
So, can I ask you a question? Before my colleague steps in, so my name is PC2376.
Thank you, so that's how it's done, thank you.
My colleague there was obviously made aware that the window was open.
Yeah.
And he's got concerns because of data protection and that. that you might have recorded something on your phone from the screens?
If there is anything, I'm not sure if there is or not. If anything is captured on there, that will be evidence for me to report that to the Information Commissioner's office, because obviously the onus of data protection is on the organisation, not on whoever sees that information.
You don't expect someone to stick their head through the window.
I didn't stick my head through it.
The officer later admitted his body-worn camera was recording, yet failed to inform the auditor from the beginning despite having every opportunity. During the discussion, attention shifted toward the auditor instead of the real issue. If sensitive police information is openly visible, responsibility rests with the organization protecting that data, not the person who happens to record it.
So I saw it from a public place.
Somebody else's information, this is a secure site. Well,
I understand that.
It's not as secure as we'd like.
Well, no,
it to
exactly.
be.
It's not secure at all, is it? Really?
No. We are trying to work on that, but unfortunately, you have to do with what you've got to that.
Even a bit of signage saying no unauthorised access beyond this point would go a long way, because I do respect signs like that.
No, okay.
But I did have a look around, and there is nothing there.
I will genuinely take that to the senior leadership team, because I think that is fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are trying to redo everything.
Okay.
Financially, we have to wait until the budget.
I suppose it's quite a small town, isn't it? Lower priority. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
We get shoved right to the bottom type of thing. We're right on the borders, between different forces and that. So it is totally, I understand where you're coming from, and I'll pass it on to the senior leadership team.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I've just got concerns about the data protection that's on that video. Do you know what I mean? Because that's somebody else's private stuff and that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we obviously learn from things like that. So you've pointed it out, they've closed the window, it is really hot in there, we've got no air conditioning.
Again, I completely understand that, but obviously data protection takes priority over that, unfortunately. You can get a fan in there, and I understand, I've worked in many various locations where health and safety data protection takes priority over that.
Is that a live?
It's not, I'm not live streaming, no.
If there is something, would you delete that?
Not necessarily delete it, but I would make it anonymous. I would blur it out if there is anything, if I were to post it anywhere.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
It's not their fault, you know what I mean?
No, of course. I've raised the issue I've raised the issue of data protection, and obviously I raise it as an issue because I do see it as an issue. I'm not going to go share that information. That would be very hypocritical of me, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So if there is anything captured on the camera, it won't be made available to the public. It will be forwarded to the ICO.
That's fine. Yeah. Can I take your details?
No, okay.
Can I take your name?
No, I'm alright.
Just first name, so I know who I'm speaking to.
No, I'm alright. Thank you.
So you've got my calling number, but I can't take yours.
Yeah, but as a Crown servant, obviously you have issues of accountability when dealing with members of the public, and that's why. Yeah, I know.
Your first name.
I know.
I don't even know
I know, but then
else,
obviously
that
coupled with my image, which obviously he's notified me is recording.
Yeah, obviously we do that because I'm open and honest. You know what I mean? Yeah. We record things so that you can see what we do. And we can
absolutely.
See,
I completely agree with the use of body cameras. Completely.
That's the thing is I can't hide saying, oh no, I didn't say this to this man, or this man didn't say anything.
No, exactly the same reason why I record any interaction I have with you as well.
Yeah, that's why we record everything. I protect my back with the amount of people have said we do things.
Of course,
we don't.
Yeah.
You know,
but with your collar number and that, obviously, you're bound. You have to identify. You did it correctly verbally because you can't guarantee that I can read.
What I mean?
But you have to wear that for accountability reasons. That's why I'm entitled to have that, because you're dealing with a member of the public in a stop and account situation. Accountability, you have to identify yourself for that exact reason, which he doesn't seem to understand. And sorry, we got interrupted. Would you like the opportunity to identify?
4988 PC Biffin.
Sorry,
PC Biffin.
And your collar number, please?
4988.
4988. There you go. Thank you. Would you like another opportunity?
No, I'm fine.
No, you're fine. Okay, so you're just going to be an absolute idiot about it.
While the other officers handled themselves professionally and identified themselves without hesitation, one officer chose a very different approach. Rather than resolving a simple request respectfully, he became defensive and dismissive. Small decisions like these have a lasting impact because public confidence depends on professionalism, respect, and officers following the standards expected of them.
I mean, you are.
He's got other jobs in that, and we have to rely on
Yes, but you have a collar number for the specific reason, as we've just heard us discuss, for accountability reasons. You're making a very large assumption that I have the ability to read that my eyesight is good enough to read that.
These two officers have identified, and if you do need my details, they can be.
Okay, that's still again, that's not your policy, okay, so that's fine. I'll make a complaint to your chief constable. That's not a problem. Actually, I'll probably go straight through the IOPC because otherwise it goes to your local PSD and gets kicked down and disregarded.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, no worries. Just get a nice picture of your face as well, so I can just make sure that goes to the right person.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there anything else we can help you with today, sir?
No. Like I said, obviously, I've made the issue of that window and I've made that aware.
Which I'm literally going to go speak to my inspector.
Yeah, and that's fantastic.
Encounters like this remind us that accountability isn't measured only during major incidents. It's reflected in everyday interactions between officers and the public. Professionalism, transparency, and respect are the foundations of public trust, and those standards should never depend on who's watching. What do you think? Did the officers handle this situation appropriately, or could it have been dealt with differently? Leave your opinion in the comments below, I read as many as I can. If you enjoy factual, balanced breakdowns of UK police encounters, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Audit Lens for more in-depth police audit analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.